I want you to give an absolutely massive welcome to Peter McIlvenna. Peter has been walking this walk for 20 years. He's done a lot in the background. He put his face out there about 7 years ago with Hearts of Oak. His channel's absolutely fantastic. He'll tell you where the social media is. Give a massive round of applause for my friend and your friend, Peter McIlvenna.
Thank you, Richard. Great to see so many patriots here today. And no matter if you've only come across Tommy a month ago or 10 years ago, this is your family. This is the people who will stand with you. These are the people that Tommy has brought together who will speak truth into every situation. So welcome to your new family if you're new to this. You are all enemies of the state. So, and some of us know what that is like, others don't, but we know we will stand firm because we know what we stand for. I first met Tommy 16 years ago. We launched Hearts of Oak 5 years ago. 10 minutes that way, Tommy spoke, as did Carl Benjamin and others. And I went to see him in prison a couple of weeks ago with Gerard Batten, as I did to Belmarsh before, never having been to prison, except when I visit Tommy Robinson. Of course, I did have to sign an NDA because I wanted to spend time with him and to cheer him up. And he actually cheered Gerard and I up because he knows what is happening out here with Elon Musk and the support that he has. So, how did everyone feel on the 1st of January when you saw Free Tommy Robinson on X, on Twitter? What a moment! Now, I could tell you all about how broken our society is. Rape gangs acted with impunity for 6 years. Nearly a quarter of a million children's lives snuffed out every year in the name of convenience. Sexualization of our children in every area of society. Acceptance of a brutal and destructive ideology based on a man who may or may not have lived 1400 years ago in Saudi Arabia. Anyone know what man I'm talking about? Beginning with M, I think, and Mr. Mohammed. Our culture and society has been overwhelmed by an immigration tsunami. Absolute truth is rejected. We need something. And Tommy knows all these issues, and he has fought against all these issues and spoken truth into them. And that's why you're here. We need a vision for this country, and it's not Reform UK at the moment. Maybe in the future, but not now. And I want to talk about Christian nationalism, the promotion of Christian values in society. Christian nationalism is hope for our nation. It's a society based on biblical principles. But Christianity is Christ. It's following Jesus. You take Christ out of Christian and you're left with Ian. Now, Ian is not going to do much for you, so I'd like to see Christ back in Christianity. And Christianity is clearly defined, unlike British values. British values, we hear of democracy. Well, how has that place worked for you and me? Parliament, it hasn't. What about rule of law? We now live in a lawless society. Do you trust the police or the courts? I don't. Individual liberty, that has slipped away during lockdown and has continued and is now completely destroyed. What about mutual respect? The only thing we are told to respect is Islam and every culture except ours. What about tolerance? That means an acceptance of error, and I don't subscribe to that. British values are subjective, but biblical values are absolute. And they will show us how to live. The fact that we are made in the image of God, the fact that we are told that God created each of us in the womb, I mean, that should end the abortion industry. Do you know the WHO tells us induced abortion is a simple and common health care procedure. How is it health care? 3 out of every 10 pregnancies end in abortion. That's 60 million deaths every year. It is illegal to pray outside an abortion clinic. And how can we have 170 accident and emergency departments, but 300 abortion departments? We have more death centres than health centres. And I know Calvin was speaking at one of these events, and I won't give my heart out to you as he did, but you know what I mean. We are made in the image of God. That means our skin colour is irrelevant, our background, our ethnicity. We are all made in the image of God, and every one of us has unique value. What about the God created us male and female? Do you know, this is now LGBTQI month. I don't know if you knew, but this is the first of 28 long days where we celebrate the sexual madness of LGBTQI. It's a month of sexual perversion that reigns in our nation and seeks to destroy the family. Do you know what LGBTQI should really stand for? Let's go break the queer ideology. That's what I would suggest. Let's rename these things. Let's have some fun. It's an evil and destructive ideology that must be destroyed. Now, President Trump is going to destroy it there. We need that same justice here. But can I just finish? We are each here for a reason. In Ephesians it says, we are created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance to do. Every single one of us has a purpose. Every single one of us were created for a reason. We need to make sure and find out what this do. Part of the reason is because you're here, because you want to have freedom. You want your country back. I'll leave you with a quote. Mark Twain said the two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. We need to find out why. Tommy knows why he was born, and that is to speak truth in every section of society. Can I just finish to ask you this week to take time? Many of you have written to Tommy. Many of you have talked to family members and colleagues about how Tommy is and what he is doing. Can I ask you to just take a moment this week and pray for Tommy? It's something each of us can do. Many of us here actually believe in a God. You may believe in the God of the Bible. Pick another one. But I want you to pray this week and pray for Tommy, for courage, for protection, for safety, that he will get out quickly, that Elon Musk's support of him will free him. And can I ask you to pray that we see our politicians turn around and accept Tommy is a hero and to have a change in our parliament. Thank you so much.